May 12, 2022. For the first time, humanity clearly saw the face of death. The moment that photo was released, astronomers around the world fell silent for 3 full seconds. Because what they saw was not just a black hole, but a monster devouring everything. It is called the Sagittarius A * black hole, hidden at the very center of the Milky Way. It lies 27,000 light-years away and has a mass 4 million times that of the Sun. But the most terrifying thing is not how big it is, but what is happening around it. Scientists discovered a star being dragged around it like a dog on a leash. That star is called S2, and it completes one orbit around the black hole every 16 years. How fast is it moving? 5,000 kilometers per second. Fast enough to travel from Earth to the Sun in just 2 hours. Yet it cannot escape at all. Because black holes have an invisible boundary, called the event horizon. Once you cross that line, not even light can come back. Even stranger is this: if you fall in, from the outside, you would appear frozen at the edge. Like a photograph with the pause button pressed. But from your own perspective, time accelerates and space tears apart. You would watch the end of the universe fast forward before your eyes. And all of this would take just a fraction of a second. But do you know what the most absurd part is? This world-shocking image was actually taken back in April 2017. So why did it take 5 years to release it? Because photographing Sagittarius A* is harder than photographing a donut on the surface of the moon. What does that mean? It's like standing in New York and trying to see a coin in someone's hand on the streets of Paris. And that coin is also darting around at thousands of kilometers per second. Because although Sagittarius A* is relatively close to us, its rotation period is only 11 minutes. One full rotation every 11 minutes. The brightness and patterns of the gas around it completely change within minutes. It's like trying to take an ID photo of someone doing street dance. And that person is 27,000 light-years away. So humanity made a crazy decision. To turn Earth into a telescope. In April 2017, 8 radio telescopes around the world were activated simultaneously. From Chile to Antarctica, from Hawaii to Spain, they were spread across 6 corners of the planet, all aimed at the center of the Milky Way. Together, they formed a virtual telescope with an aperture equal to Earth's diameter, 12,000 kilometers. This was the largest camera humanity has ever built. They observed continuously for 8 hours every night, generating a total of 5 petabytes of data, equivalent to 50 million HD movies. There was so much data that transmitting it over the internet was impossible, and data loss was inevitable. So what did the scientists do? They physically transported it. They literally packed hard drives into boxes, and flew them to supercomputing centers in the United States. This was probably the most expensive delivery in human history. Inside was not gold, but the shadow of a black hole. But having the data was only the beginning. Processing it was the real nightmare. Scientists spent a full 5 years building a black hole simulation database, containing millions of possible black hole appearances. They compared them one by one with the observed data, to finally assemble that image. When the photo emerged, everyone was stunned, because it looked exactly like what Einstein had predicted 100 years earlier. A pitch-black disk, surrounded by a bright ring of light, like an eye in the universe staring straight at you. But what that eye sees is the fate of the entire Milky Way. In fact, long before the photo was released, astronomers had already locked onto this beast. They spent 30 years, tracking high-speed stars near the galactic center. Germany's Reinhard Genzel and America's Andrea Ghez recorded 330 measurements of stellar positions and velocities. They watched these stars spin wildly, like tops whipped by an invisible lash, orbiting an unseen point. Using mathematics, they calculated that this invisible point must have a mass 4.3 million times that of the Sun, and a size no larger than 44 million kilometers. That's equivalent to compressing 4.3 million suns into a space smaller than Mercury's orbit. At that density, nothing but a black hole is possible. It was this discovery that earned them the 2020 Nobel Prize in Physics. And this black hole is spinning at a rate of 1 rotation every 11 minutes. Its equatorial speed is already close to 50% the speed of light. At such speeds, spacetime itself is twisted like a braided rope. Stars orbiting it do not move in straight lines, but along rose-shaped paths pulled by gravity. This is the Schwarzschild precession predicted by Einstein. In 2020, scientists observed this phenomenon for the first time in the real universe, by tracking the orbit of star S2. But the truly terrifying part comes next. The latest observations in 2025 revealed that this black hole is not just a glutton, but is also quietly blowing out hot winds. The energy ejected near the event horizon is equivalent to the combined output of 25,000 suns, and its accretion disk constantly erupts with flares. Some last only seconds, others burn for months. At the end of 2024, scientists witnessed a tragedy. a young binary star system only 2.7 million years old, being mercilessly torn apart by the black hole's gravity. Either one star was ejected at 1,000 kilometers per second, to become a lonely wandering star in the universe, or the pair was crushed together and vanished completely into the abyss. But here's a counterintuitive question. The event horizon of Sagittarius A* is only 24 million kilometers in diameter. If placed at the center of the solar system, it wouldn't even reach Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. So how can something smaller than the solar system's core hold together a galaxy spanning 100,000 light-years? The answer is that it's not pulling everything by itself. It relies on an invisible giant we cannot see, dark matter. Dark matter is like a vast, transparent gel that envelopes the entire galaxy, and the black hole is the anchor pin of that gel. Through its mass, it drives the deepest gravitational foundation into spacetime, anchoring the vast territory of dark matter. Dark matter, in turn, provides most of the gravity that binds the entire galaxy together. Together, they hold this giant galaxy of 200 billion stars, and prevent it from flying apart. At this very moment, our Sun is carrying the entire solar system around this black hole at 220 kilometers per second. One orbit takes 240 million years, and the entire history of human civilization is not even 1,000th of a single orbit. But the most unsettling part is this: the solar system is slowly spiraling toward the galactic center. Yes, the Sun is carrying us while both orbiting and falling inward. Although this process is extremely slow, billions of years from now, when we get close enough, the black hole's tidal forces will tear Earth apart. Earth will be stretched into a strand of spaghetti, then slowly swallowed by the black hole, disappearing into the universe, as if it had never existed. Even more frightening, in 2023 scientists discovered that Sagittarius A* had gone on a feeding frenzy 200 years ago. In just 1 year, it swallowed vast amounts of nearby cosmic material, and released intense X-ray flares, with energy equivalent to the simultaneous explosion of 10,000 supernovae. And all of this happened less than 300 years ago. On a cosmic timescale, that was basically yesterday. This means that Sagittarius A* could awaken again at any moment. If another unlucky star or gas cloud drifts too close, the black hole could instantly erupt and devour everything. But before that happens, humanity still has billions of years. May 12, 2022. That image showed us the edge of the answer. That bright ring, that dark disk, that most extreme object in the universe, is telling us a brutal truth. All the glory of human civilization, all wars, all love and hatred, are happening on a tiny speck of dust orbiting a black hole, and the universe does not care. But perhaps it is precisely because the universe is so cold that we should cherish each other even more. It took us 100 years to go from predicting the existence of black holes to capturing their image. In those 100 years, humanity endured countless disasters, but we never stopped looking up at the stars, never stopped asking questions. So the next time you look up at the night sky, at the Milky Way stretching across the heavens, know that deep within it, 27,000 light-years away, a heart with 4 million times the sun's mass is beating, with unimaginable gravity. It holds the entire galaxy together, forcing every star to dance around it. It is the face of death, and the anchor of life, and we stand on one planet of one star, witnessing this universe-scale miracle. This is not fear, this is clarity,